So good morning. We are together again on a Wednesday morning for a meditation that is during the festival of Passover. We're coming into the last day and starting this evening. And we are in the process of counting the Omer. And so that process of counting the Omer will be a guide and a focus for our morning meditations over these coming weeks. This period of counting from Passover, second day Passover, through to Shavuot. And I'll reflect a little more on that when we get to the teaching part of this morning's meditation. But we begin, as we have been doing, with morning blessings to center us in a place that opens us up to gratitude for simply a day that can unfold before us, that has potential, perhaps different potential than the days before this time, but potential nevertheless, and being open to that and to noticing that in itself is a blessing. So this morning we'll begin with a slower modani that allows us just to breathe deeply, because it's in that breathing deeply that we sometimes are able to slow some of the physical sensations that some of us carry during these weeks, those waves of anxiety that come with the uncertainty, that heaviness that comes with the sense of a day that is unfolding in front of us, which we know comes with the limitations on our movement and on news that isn't getting a whole lot better. If we can take deep breaths just to allow ourselves to find the expansiveness and not let the constrictions press down upon us. Modani lefanecha, 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 modani lefanecha modani lefanecha. And as we continue to pay attention to the breath, this period of counting the Omer, we follow the Kabbalists and the Sfirot that we're going to look at in a little while. We're following the flow of energy from the divine source of all being, energy that animates the universe. And we're feeling the flow that connects us to all of that, to bring our consciousness beyond our own sense of separateness, separate beingness, separate aloneness, and recognizing that through the breath, we are not alone, we're not disconnected. We are in fact part of that ebbing and flow of energy and light and life, each and every moment. We can place ourselves in that consciousness as we breathe in, visualizing that light coming from above, just above the crown of our head, and breathing it in and letting it bring warmth and vibration. We can feel the vibration with the sound of our voices in chant. And we can gently, as we breathe out, send the breath to parts of the body that might be feeling tight or tense. And just gently inviting that tension to melt. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorai. 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 shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Allowing the vibration of the chant and the sensation to continue to reverberate in the body. Sending the energy across the shoulders and down the arms, out through the fingertips, across the hips, down through the legs, out through the soles of the feet, with each breath. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'asok b'divrei Torah. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who's hallowed us by your commandments and commanded us to occupy ourselves with words of Torah. So this is something of a mantra at the moment for the counting of the Omer. We count each day, but really the spiritual practice of the counting is about making each day count. And there are small ways, small things that we can do, even in these moments, that make each day something that we can hold on to. The little glimpses, the blessings, the connections, the insights, the learning, and the noticing. Teach us to treasure each day. Teach us to treasure each day, that we may open our hearts to your wisdom. Oh, teach us to treasure each day, that we may open our hearts to your wisdom. Oh, teach us to treasure each day. Teach us to treasure each day. Teach us to treasure each day, that we may open our hearts to your wisdom. Oh, teach us to treasure each day, that we may open our hearts to your wisdom. Oh, teach us to treasure each day. Treasure each day. Teach us to treasure each day. Treasure each day. Teach us to treasure each day. Some of us counted last night, but this morning we count again for the benefit of those who might be counting during this morning period together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer, hayom shisha yamim ba'omer. We are in the midst of the 6th day of the Omer, which in the Kabbalistic tree of life is Yesod Shebechesed, the foundation of loving kindness. This is the Sfirot, the tree of life, and this is Chesed over here. This is the first of the 7 lower Sfirot in the Kabbalistic tree of life, each of which has its own energies and labels. You see just one label in each of these circles, but in fact there are multiples because they're not just one singular essence, but have many strands to them. And during the counting of the Omer, we reflect on how each Sphira is also contained within each individual Sphira. And so today is the Yesod, this one over here in the middle, of Chesed. Yesod is foundation. You can see how all of the Sphirot above all eventually are directed into this foundation. Everything that comes before ends up in this place. And this is the point in which these energies then connect to Malchut, which is the plane of existence that we spend most of our time on. So there are many ways to talk about these, and I don't want to get into something during meditation that's overly technical. I want more to try and express something that feels experiential, that gives us a sense of these energies and where they manifest in existence and in our realities. And I came across a beautiful teaching this morning for the Yesod Shebechesed that I think was written by Rabbi Jill Hammer, who went through these days of counting and connected them with biblical characters and teachings that come through story. And I love the character connected to Yesod Shebechesed because it's one I remember studying and learning about through Midrashim in rabbinic school. But many of us are not familiar with this character. Her name is Serach bat Asher. And Serach is mentioned only twice in the Bible, briefly. She's the daughter of Jacob's son, Asher. But the reason why there are many legends and midrashim about her is because so rarely are the women in the Bible given a name, that when they are, our tradition, even the male-dominated rabbinic tradition, recognizes that there must have been something more to her, perhaps, than the Bible tells us. She has greater significance because we get to recall and remember her name. So the most prominent of the legends about her is that she was granted eternal life because of her kindness to her grandfather Jacob. When the brothers of Joseph learned that Joseph was still alive, they were afraid that telling their father might kill him. He was aging and the shock might be too much. And so they asked the wise Serach to go and tell Jacob. And she took a harp and she sang the news to Jacob in rhyme while he was praying. And Jacob exclaimed, "May the mouth that told me these words never taste death." And so Serach, because of her chesed, because of her gentle loving kindness and the way that she gently shared the news with Jacob, the legend goes she lives forever. It's not just Elijah, you see. So because of that, she shows up in these other moments. It was Serach who confirmed for the Israelites that Moses was their redeemer by remembering the words of promise and redemption that her father had taught her generations before. It was Serach who, when it came to the time for the Exodus, showed Moses where to find Joseph's bones. For the Israelites had promised to carry those bones out of Egypt when they were redeemed. But she was the only one who had lived through those ages to be able to do that. There's even a legend that during the much, much later period of the Talmud, Serach pokes her head in a window of a study hall and told the Talmudic rabbis that the walls of the sea looked like clear mirrors in which Israel saw their generations reflected. Serach's Yesod Shebechesed shows us how to connect one generation to another, keeping links of hope and promise alive. So what I would like to do for this morning's central meditation, taking the story and the inspiration of Serach bat Asher, thinking about the connections between the generations, is to offer a loving kindness meditation. This is a meditation whose origins come out of the Buddhist tradition, metta meditation, but to do so with a little bit of a spin that connects us to these generations through this sense of foundation in being grounded in those who came before us. So the most common phrases that are used in metta meditation are the phrases, "May I be happy, may I be well, may I be safe, may I be peaceful and at ease." In a traditional metta meditation, we would take some time to meditate on those phrases, inviting them in to create that sense of calm and inner peace within, to wish that for ourselves, to be able to release those things that are distorting or diverting us from that place of being centered and at ease. Then after a time, we would send that meditation out to our loved ones, close friends. And then beyond that, we would send that out to perhaps people who are strangers we don't know well, that we might have interacted with briefly in passing. And then at the very end of the meditation, after some practice, we even send it out to those that we might regard as the difficult, challenging people in our lives. But what I'd like to do this morning is to do this meditation where we say the words, "May you be happy, may you be well, may you be safe, may you be peaceful and at ease." To use the you, but address ourselves, and as we close our eyes and say these phrases, to imagine our own ancestors, the ones who came before us, the ones who lived through their own difficult times and challenges and losses and pain. They lived, they passed something on to the next generation. And we can gain strength from them. We can be grounded in the foundation that they gave us, imagining their lives and what they experienced, and now the message they have for us in this time. And so you might be visualizing specific ancestors that you know. Bring to mind those who you associate with loving kindness. Either by experience or by reputation, by story. Extract just those who, with a loving smile and with gentleness and kindness, are now in this moment saying to you, as you say these words, may you be happy, may you be well, may you be safe, may you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy, may you be well, may you be safe, may you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy, may you be well, may you be safe, may you be peaceful and at ease. Bring those faces into the mind's eye. They are present with you, providing hope, providing promise. Bringing some of that energy to carry you through the more difficult moments, the more difficult days. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. Continue to say the phrases to yourself. Teach us to treasure each day. Teach us to treasure each day, that we may open our hearts to your wisdom. Oh, teach us to treasure each day, that we may open our hearts to your wisdom. Oh, teach us to treasure each day. Treasure each day. Teach us to treasure each day. Treasure each day. Teach us to treasure each day. Boker Tov, everyone. Good morning.